Hey everyone, Jordan Burke, friendly neighborhood club fitter. I've gotten a lot of questions about wedges in the last few days, so I figured I'd grab Justin Smith over here and run him through a very quick wedge fitting just to show kind of how I look at it and what I do when I'm fitting wedges. And I've got all of the Titleist Vokies to work with today to fit him into, basically. So the biggest thing for him is so he doesn't know what he's using. And that's the biggest thing, because all these wedges have different designs and different features and are for different conditions, but it's tough to guess what you should have until you actually hit it. So, I know Justin normally plays like a T-grind, but we've got everything here for him to try out. And I know he hasn't really hit the wedges yet, so I'm sure you're looking forward to trying these things out a little bit.
Yeah, and I'd like to, over the years, I think I've messed around with them a little bit because of conditions. Maybe we get a little softer here in the summer. Might have to switch in the summer.
Yep.
And something different in February.
Yeah, and the biggest thing that I'm looking at is just ball contact. Where you hit on the club face, how solid does it come off? What's the flight look like? Does it sound solid? And that's a big key, is how it sounds when you hit these wedge shots is going to be kind of mainly how I fit. It's nice to see numbers and all that stuff, but these are feel shots, touch shots. We're looking for how close we can get to the hole, not for really, really dialing in launch and spin conditions, basically. So I'm going to shuffle these up. Justin's going to hit a few golf balls with each, and we're just going to kind of get his initial reactions. Yeah, blindfold. All right, so we're going to start you off here, and all I want you to do is you're just going to pick any of those flag sticks, and we'll just hit like 1 or 2 shots to them and kind of go from there.
Are all of these a certain degree?
All of them are 60s.
Okay.
So every single one's the same loft. All we got to do is see what comes out. That sounds a little skinny.
Yeah, it's really kind of gliding through the top of the top of the grass there.
Yep. So that one's scuffing.
Yeah. So
to me, I hear that, my first thought is I want to go lower bounce than that. But we're going to have you hit them all.
Yeah,
that's
I saw it. I couldn't have seen it. It's okay.
I'd look at that as the throwaway pile versus the keep pile.
Yeah.
So next one. Let's see what this bad boy does.
I want to look.
No, can't look yet.
I'm looking. Practice swing.
Yep.
Way better.
Really?
I'll make me switch my clubs again.
A little different sensation, isn't it?
Very. I'm not going to look.
Okay. We'll put that in the keep pile.
Put that over there. Okay.
Yeah. Put that in the keep pile. All right.
You kind of know what I like a little bit over the years, so you.
Yep. I kind of know what you're going to like, but I'm always curious to see what happens if you don't know what's on the bottom.
I can tell with this one. That's why I play that club.
Yep. I figured you'd be used to that one.
It just looks normal.
Yeah.
Whatever normal is.
Oh, pretty. Okay. Switch you up again. Keep pile. And this is how I'm going to do wedge fitting. We're going to run through some shots. He's probably going to have a couple he really likes, a couple he doesn't like. Ooh. Oh, that sounded
I know,
different,
that was
didn't it?
nice. Now you got me thinking. Kind of looks like what I would do in the summer though here. Am I close?
Probably. Give me one more with that one.
Tight dispersion though,
Yeah. That's a little stuffy one. You can look at that one. Think that was a D?
No, I thought it was the M a little bit.
We'll put that one in the middle. We got one we're definitely throwing out.
Okay.
And then we got one we might keep. Or we got a couple we're gonna keep. That sounded pretty clean.
That was very good.
Because you can hear it and you can feel it how it goes to the ground. It doesn't get stuck.
Nope.
It's pretty clipped.
Yeah.
I got you hitting just some stock stuff right now, nothing crazy. That just looks like you almost swing it faster and comes off slower.
Yeah, and it just really good trajectory, a lot of spin on it.
Yes. I'll go one.
I feel like these new SMs have got some better spin on it with the grooves, the new grooves they put in.
Yep. You can look. That's what you didn't like the other day.
Shocking.
All right, last one.
Yeah.
So we got a couple we like. I don't think you know everything that we like though.
No, not yet. That's just an average swing.
Yep. That was good.
Yeah.
And so I look at that as like, I thought it was pretty clean, but it came off a touch higher.
Okay.
Which probably isn't a bad thing for you.
No, especially like the first one or two. Remember that with that club was going. There we go.
Yeah. There's your M.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this last one's sort of what I play in the summer, right?
Yes. This would be kind of summertime thoughts for you. This is kind of what we look at for like wedges. Just a quick preview of stuff that we do.
It was different than what I normally would play in a sense, but really in reality, like the ones that I play in the winter are in a good pile. The one I play in the summer is in a good pile, and there's one outlier that's in the good pile.
Yeah. So you actually ended up with 4 you hit from breeded shots with. You actually hit the Ks pretty well.
Yeah.
Low bounce K, high bounce K. These are really wide soles, really good for bunker shots. But again, what they're on paper for, we don't know what you're going to do until you actually hit it. So that's the big thing. You always want to try everything out. And then your T and your M, which the T is your one you're already in, and the M is just a higher bounce.
So would you say for like the general population that one would have a sort of lower bounce wedge and a higher bounce, or medium?
Yeah, usually I like whatever the middle wedge is. Like it's a 56 or 54, I like that to have a little more bounce. The 58, 60, whatever that might be, I like it to be sitting a little bit less. Sometimes we'll be in the same, but very rarely am I going to have a higher bounce in the 60 than I am in the middle wedge. Okay. So that's the big thing, because you want to be able to, with that middle wedge, you can lay it wide open and use that sole so it doesn't dig and doesn't get stuck when it's into the grain or when it's wet or kind of a sloppy mess. And then you have that lower bounce or that lesser bounce high loft wedge, and you can lay that open and hit it up in the air off the pavement. So that's kind of like the extremes I look at it when I'm demonstrating or talking to people what to do with wedges. Yeah,
so I think it makes total sense of, not like here's a wedge, go play with this, hit a few shots, hear the sound, feel the interaction with the turf, and then sort of go from there. It's not like just grab it off the rack and this looks nice.
Yeah. And the big thing I look at is why I kind of fit mainly by sound is like, as soon as you hit one shot, you're going to adjust, I'm going to adjust, we're going to try to make it work on the next one. And automatically we're kind of behind the 8 ball basically, because you're already trying to adjust to make that club work. The idea of getting a club fitting is to have you pull out of the bag and have it work on the first swing. Obviously borrowing like technique and hitting it well, but like for the most part, we want it to be a positive experience on the first shot, not for you to take a half a dozen golf balls for it to work out. For sure. So that's the biggest thing when we come to wedge fitting. We want it to work early and on, and then we want it to be something that maybe helps you do what you already do pretty better, and maybe it helps you hit some shots that you already have some trouble with.
Exactly. So awesome. Let's go to the bunker.
Okay. All right, Justin. So ran you through the little blind test with kind of the pitch shot. Now we're going to hit some bunker shots. The biggest thing with this wedge, or from what I've seen when I've done some fitting stuff with people and seen a lot of people do videos and a lot of the guys who actually fit these wedges, you want to work out of the bunker. It doesn't work out of the bunker. It's kind of one of those things like you should kind of take it out of the bag. We figured out some ones green side here on some pitch shots. Let's see what happens out of the bunker. So there you go.
Can't look.
Yep.
Okay.
Came out fast.
Yeah, came out fast, real fast.
Yep. That came out a lot higher, but still faster.
Yeah.
Is that a good thing or bad thing for you, you think?
I kind of would like it to come out a little bit slower, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay. Just...
I'm the same ballpark as you.
Yeah.
Like that?
Like that.
Yeah.
You can probably see it on the video too.
It just comes out a little softer.
You can almost see the Titleist just floating in the air.
Yeah, so we had 2 that came out quick, 1 that came out more in the way you want to go. And let's just see what this last one does.
Ooh. That was yummy, huh?
There you go.
Come on, you're gonna make me switch wedges now.
No, we don't have to switch wedges. No. So, to Justin, this is
one more. We already know what this one does. This is mine.
That's his wedge that he already currently games. So, and then this was just a little wild card that he hasn't hit yet.
And that's why you game it.
Yep. Go in. Boop. Think. The way to finish it off.
That's funny.
All right, man. So if you guys have any questions about club fitting or wedges, if you need help hitting them, talk to him. If you need help getting fitting them, come talk to me. Thank you all. Have a great day.